Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all. So some of y'all already heard bad news for Bellator. With some of the Bellator fighters, 18 more fighters on the roster being cut, including 4 women, which are the fighters I'm going to go over in this video. But my first reaction to this, man, I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. They're adding another 18 fighters to the 15 fighters they cut back in May. And I think in between then and June, they had cut some more fighters. So, that's almost like 30 fighters they've been cutting, over the past few months. The reasons for these cuts weren't really clear. I'm not sure if it was contracts or, the travel issues or just financial issues with Bellator. I'm not sure because they had, some of these fighters that they just cut haven't even fought yet. Some of them seem to be in good standing. So maybe it is something financial with Bellator right now. I'm not sure. But I know last time out, back in May, it was a lot of the European fighters that got cut, which was probably due to the travel, the whole pandemic that was going on. So it was hard to get those fighters over here, and a lot of them were going on inactivity. So the best thing to do is to release them from their contract. But this time around, out of the women, we had some Americans cut as well. So real quick, let me just go down the list of women, see if y'all are familiar with them, and I'll just kind of give you my reason why I think they were cut. First up, Beck Rollins, as y'all know, she was at the UFC. She was a strawweight in the UFC. She signed with Bellator 2 years ago and started competing in the flyweight division. So Beck Rollins, who's 8-9, she was 1-1 in Bellator, hasn't fought in 2 years, hasn't fought since 2019. So due to the inactivity, that could have been a reason why, because she wasn't even ranked in the flyweight division in the top 10. So that's probably why she was cut. As y'all know, Beck, she was also part of the bare knuckle boxing scene, hasn't fought there since 2019. So we're going to see if she picks up more fights with BKFC now, since her MMA career is kind of up in the air. She's already been through UFC, now Bellator. So yeah, it's going to kind of be up in the air for her. That inactivity was probably a reason why they got rid of her. And since she was 1-1, they just kind of had to go with the one fighter that was kind of like the straggler in the flyweight division. Next, Amanda Bell, as y'all know, she was the top 10 featherweight. She's 7-8, 3-4 in Bellator. She dropped her last fight back in June, and before that, she lost to Leslie Smith. Since then, she was just kind of falling down the rankings. And one of the reasons why I think they might have cut her is because they're probably making room for another Bellator featherweight that's joining the roster. I mean, y'all probably already know, and that featherweight is former Invicta champion Pam Bam Sorensen. So that's probably one reason why they're trying to trim out Amanda Bell as well. But this next featherweight, this was a shocker to me. Olga Reuben, this was a big shock to me because I thought Olga Reuben, she was a fresh face. I thought she had a lot more time to go in Bellator to rebuild. She's 6-2, 4-2 in Bellator. She lost her last 2 fights back in 2019, so she hasn't fought since then. But I thought she would have had some time to kind of rebuild as a fighter. She held her own in the top 10 of featherweight. So I thought they were going to kind of give her a chance to rebuild, maybe get a fight with Arlene Blinko, or, fight somebody like Amanda Bell, but, they cut her, maybe fight Janae Harding. But yeah, they had to get rid of her. I mean, one of the reasons that they might have got rid of her, which is somebody brought up to me in a live stream the other night, it's probably because her situation was similar to the Euro fighters back in May. She resides in Israel, so travel is probably an issue. So hopefully Olga Reuben, she can make her comeback somewhere, maybe go to Invicta for a while, LFA, or hopefully the UFC gives her a call. They're always in need of featherweight, so hopefully they pick up Olga Reuben. And last but not least, former boxing champion Heather Hardy. She's been with Bellator for 4 years. I couldn't even believe that. I was like, dang, has it been that long? She signed back in 2017. Dang. But Heather Hardy, she's 2-2 with Bellator since losing her last fight 2 years ago. She hasn't made any plans to return to the octagon. She's returned to boxing since then. She's fought Amanda Serrano, but she took to Instagram and posted up that she's no longer fighting in the octagon, no longer fighting with Bellator, and she talked to the difficulty of training in MMA, and she said she was doing it for boxing, but at the same time it was hard rolling with the more experienced fighters. It's hard coming in your mid-30s trying to roll with some of these younger fighters that they come in with the background in wrestling, they come in with the background in jiu-jitsu. She said it was difficult. She used to really get emotional about it, leave the gym crying, just really frustrated. So it was kind of tough on her. She was trying to do this to kind of build her career, which I knew Heather Hardy was probably making her way in the MMA because of financial issues as well. You don't get that the women in boxing don't get paid that much, compared to the women in the UFC or Bellator or so on. Those women make a lot more money. So Heather Hardy wanted to hit this scene, make a statement, try to do both sports and at the same time make more money. But now Heather Hardy, she's leaving, and I'm not sure if she will make a return to like Invicta or somewhere like that, or try to make a return to LFA. It just kind of seems like she's done training MMA, period. I know a while back she was supposed to make her debut, I think, with Invicta, but I think some things went down and, she had to postpone, and then Bellator picked her up. Either that or she was going to do her second or third fight with Invicta. But yeah, I remember she was scheduled to fight with Invicta FC, but that didn't work out. But seems like she's not going to be fighting MMA anymore, from the way she's been talking. But yeah, man, that's the list of WMMA fighters that got cut from Bellator: Beck Rollins, Amanda Bell, Olga Reuben, and Heather Hardy. The ones, like I said, I was shocked about really is Olga Reuben. Kind of shocked about Heather Hardy as well, because I thought she was going to stick around a little bit longer because the money was better. But Olga Reuben, yeah, I'm a little shocked about that one. Hopefully the UFC picks her up. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got on this, guys. Let me know what y'all think the situation is with these Bellator fighters, why they're cutting them. Do you think Bellator is kind of going on the downside here, having to make so many cuts? Combo Breaker 99, let me know. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.